Welcome to CaCo Talks, the weekly podcast where conversations about life, hot topics, mental health, and more take center stage. We are your hosts, Catelyn and Courtney Geiger. Together, we explore thought-provoking discussions with an ambient vibe that inspires open and honest dialogue. So sit back, relax, and join us for some insightful conversation that will leave you feeling informed and inspired.
Hey everyone, welcome back to CaCo Talks. Today we got a really special, fun episode for you guys. We're going to be going down the shade room and responding to some of the things we see, some of the posts that they've made, and some of the situations and current events that have been coming up per the shade room specifically. So yeah, anything else you want to add to that?
I don't think so. Yeah, I'm excited about this one.
Caitlin's a shade room
I'm a
stan.
shade room scroller. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really know about the shade room until Caitlin shared it with me.
That's weird.
Yeah, I didn't know. But
Not that it's a reliable source, but some news I do get from there. So.
Oh snap! They just posted something 5 minutes ago. This
About
is funny.
Boosie?
Yes, Boosie.
I literally saw that too, Boosie. When I tell you somebody that I love, but they wrong a lot of the times, it's Boosie, baby. Yes,
Boosie
sir.
badass.
Boosie badass. Yes. Yes. He is quite a hoot.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh. Boosie. Whenever I see him, all I can do is laugh. That's it. Even if he's wrong, all I can do is laugh. Because one thing that God gonna do is make you laugh. I have a theory. This is a little off topic, and I'll let Courtney give us her intro. But I have a theory. Who do y'all think would be the best 3 people to make a podcast? I personally think it should be Cat Williams, Boosie, and Kayla Nicole. But that's just my. I think that would be a fire podcast and hilarious.
I think I agree with Cat Williams and Boosie because I just see them going at it. Okay.
Cat would be so mad.
He would be so frustrated. But he's like also a comedian, so he's like really funny about it. But I don't think it should be. I think it should be Sexy Red. I think that would be hilarious.
I want no parts in watching that.
I think she would be hilarious in that only because I just feel like her and she's like a, I don't say a female version of, or I don't say a female, but like she's like a woman Bootsy.
That's an insult.
Should I beat that out?
That's an insult.
I mean,
we just need to start over.
I think they come from the same mentality.
I think that's an insult.
You think so? You think so?
Majorly. If somebody said compared me to Boosie, sorry, baby.
She might not consider it an insult.
Okay, well,
we're saying that Boosie is all bad. I don't think Boosie is all bad. I think he lives his lifestyle authentically.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that. It's just I don't know if I want to be compared to such an interesting individual. That's all.
Yeah, well, I just think they'd be funny together.
I don't know. I think she'd be very frustrated, but
and then Cat Williams obviously in there trying to wrangle.
Facts. Oh, Cat. Oh gosh. Poor Cat. Poor Cat. He would just be miserable.
I don't even think he would sign up for it. I think
he wouldn't. He was like, Boosie, no.
Do this. Like,
all he got to see is the boo, and that's a no.
He's like, no.
He's like, oh, no.
But I do. Boosie really is quite the character.
He really is. And the thing is, he don't even try to be funny. He's serious.
He's his life.
Serious.
But he's engaged, apparently.
Nobody knew he was thinking about it, but okay.
Yeah. He is engaged to someone named Rahel Nelson.
What does she do? Who is she?
I'm really not sure.
Well, as long as Boosie knows, that's all that matters.
Oh wait, is he engaged?
It's a scam.
Oh, he has a wedding date. Sorry. So he put no contact.
Engaged.
Yeah, they're already engaged. He had no contact with his fiance. Because of a federal gun case in June of 2023, but now they have a wedding date. Yeah. So he had a.
Oh
Says on
God.
Friday, January 12th, the rapper appeared via phone on his latest court appearance at the U.S. District Court for Southern District of California.
I wonder if he's
And
doing that to help his court case.
I don't.
If you're
Well,
married, you don't necessarily have to testify against who you're married to. I believe. Yeah, I guess it depends on the state too, but I believe that's correct.
well, that's a big flip flop because you just were ordered to stay away from them because of a gun case.
Somebody
So,
commented their brother told the judge he was getting married to. Let's just say he's still a single man.
right?
This is giving very, I don't know.
I mean, that's a real big flip flop. You go from basically, I guess, a restraining order or a no contact,
Right?
yeah, to we're getting married to help your case. Okay, I don't know. But in the world of Boosie, I feel like anything goes. So.
For real, I want to say
Like,
this makes sense. Honestly, this doesn't make sense to the normal human, average human being, but for him, I think it's on brand. So okay,
apparently his
literally as soon as I got back on the ShadeRoom, I literally see that, and I'm like, oh
it's like,
God.
oh gosh. So
And it's
apparently
always
his
some drama because you think, okay, he's just engaged. Okay, congratulations. So you read it, and it's like, oh God,
it's like even
here we
worse.
go.
So apparently his lawyer encouraged him not to say anything and not to
About the
add
marriage?
anything further to Bootsy's lawyer, not to add anything further to the court records.
He doesn't strike me as the type to listen.
So it says also at this time Nelson has not publicly confirmed an engagement or upcoming marriage to the rapper. So I guess Bootsy said he was getting married.
So he's kind of not.
And he
Like, she
also
hasn't
in
confirmed.
2021 denied ever being engaged to Nelson.
This has to be a political or legal move. I don't know if I believe this. Maybe he's just trying to scam the world like he always does.
I have no idea, but like I said, in the world of Bootsy,
It never makes sense.
anything can go. Oh gosh, what was his last hit? Wipe Me Down.
Baby,
INDEPENDT.
That's
Do you
that's
know what
Webby,
that?
baby. That ain't even him.
That's not him. My bad.
That's not
What's
even
Bootsy?
him.
It's Wipe Me Down.
Mm-hmm.
I could wait.
Wipe
That's
Me
not the same song.
Down.
Hold on.
Nope, it's two different songs. One's Webby and one's Webby and one is what's
So did
his
Bootsy only
name?
have that one
Boosie.
hit?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my god, he has an album called Christmas Pussy.
That doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't.
What? Oh no, it's not an album. It's a song. Sorry, let me turn this off. Sorry, y'all. Can't be playing these songs on here.
I tell you, the
Copyright.
ratchetry. Try to be professional and look what happens. Okay, so now we didn't talk about Boosie. Sorry, you want to get back to your intro? That was a brief interruption.
No, it's okay. I
Okay.
was shocked by that too. I was like, oh, when I saw that, I was
My
like,
gosh, here we go.
okay,
And this is
so
why I paid you to the ShadeRoom right here. It's funny. It's interesting.
okay, so my bad, y'all. We're back. That was kind of I was pretty much done with my intro. I was just gonna say we're going to the ShadeRoom. The first thing up was Bootsy, what we just saw.
Yeah, Bootsy being Bootsy. I feel like I should name one of my animals that Bootsy.
Bootsy. I feel
Name
like
the other one Badass.
your little one can be a Bootsy.
Yeah, that little one is definitely a Bootsy.
Mm-hmm.
He's behind this bad, yes.
He's a Bootsy.
He is. That he is.
What is Boosie's
Okay,
real name?
God, he doesn't even have one. Yeah, what if it's
It's like
Boosie?
Bernard.
What if it's Boosie? Oh goodness. His real name is Torrance. Oh gosh, really?
Really?
His real name is Torrance. Oh my god, he's a Scorpio. Oh, don't associate me with that. His birthday is November 14th.
Oh, we should talk about this. This is kind of nice. Okay, Black China celebrates a year and 4 months of sobriety.
Good for her. I love that for
Yeah,
her.
I
I
know.
feel
I
like
love
she's been
that
in a
for
better
her.
space.
No, I really do love her. She really has like changed a lot of her life. Like
Mm-hmm.
it feels like very cold turkey. She just kind of like said, I'm not doing this anymore.
Facts. I love
She's
that
like
for
a
her.
reformed, you know, she's a reformed thought, frankly.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, I love for her
Mhm.
because there were some interesting things happening in her life. So I love that for her.
Yeah. And she has a video of her mom of Tokyo Tony on here, I guess, like crying, I guess, because she's happy her daughter is sober. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do think they have a notorious mother
Toxic
daughter
relationship.
relationship that is going down in the
Facts.
history books. Because Tokyo Tony is like, on the one
Wild.
hand, I feel like Tokyo Tony is really concerned about her daughter, like on a like mother, just very visceral level.
Mm-hmm.
Because anytime she talks about it, she says her name Angela. She doesn't even call her Black China. She calls her Angela,
Mm-hmm.
and she's always like, she's like, she calls her like my baby, my child,
Mm-hmm.
But then on the other hand, the way she talks about her daughter is like she drags her through the mud, and I'm like, if Tokyo Tony is if this is what people are talking about when they have these bad relationships with their mom, I can see
Mm-hmm.
because it's like it's hot and cold.
Yeah, and I it makes sense. Like outside looking in, why some things have been allowed and accepted in maybe Black China's life,
Yeah,
based off that relationship, because that
she
is,
definitely does not have a secure attachment with her mother.
yeah, for sure. And if somebody's gonna treat you that way,
Yeah,
especially during your vital years, you think that's acceptable. So it makes a lot of sense.
yeah,
It just makes a lot of sense in what we see of the daughters. So
most definitely. And yeah, I just like I think there's something really there. Like if they went to intense therapy
in the
individually
Ayala,
and then together, possibly it could work.
have they been to
But
Ayala before?
I thought they were on Ayala, but maybe I didn't.
Oh, really?
I thought they were, but maybe they didn't. I don't know.
Hmm.
But I feel like there's a lot of hurt with when I see Tokyo Tony because there's other like rapper moms like who or I don't know if they rap, but like hip hop moms who say all kinds of stuff and do all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
But when I see Tokyo Tony, I just really see like a very hurt, abandoned woman who's like acting out now for the internet. And I think people laugh at her, and I hate. I just feel like she's got some real deep issues going on, like unresolved from her own childhood, her own life.
Mm-hmm.
That we laugh at her, and I'm like, I think she probably needs more help than what we're.
Yeah, I
You know,
wonder if she has like some mental health concerns.
that's what I think about with Tokyo Tony. Is when I see her, I'm like, I think she has. To me, she seems like she might have some mental health concerns that have just gone on undiagnosed, probably for years.
Yeah, maybe.
Like I can
Yeah,
see a little bit of bipolar.
yeah, or almost manic episodes, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not here to diagnose about it because I'm no
Yeah, we're not
professional,
here to
but it is
diagnose. I'm
just
just saying.
she's very erratic sometimes, and so
Yeah.
that, yeah, I can see how that makes the relationship even more volatile, I imagine. So,
Yeah.
yeah, well, good for
And
Black
knowing
China
that
though. I'm glad she's doing what she needs to do to maintain herself and not
in her sobriety,
in her sobriety. Yeah,
and like for her
and
kids
that's
and stuff.
important
So
for, I think, for even her children to see a mom that's not dependent on those things. So,
exactly.
well, cool, good for her. Okay, let's see what I found. Okay, so there's a question. It's a scenario. It says, "How would you make 10,000 in 2 weeks if your life depended on it?"
I really hate what I'm about to say.
Don't tell me about to work the streets.
No, it wouldn't be the streets. I go
Okay,
straight to
just a
one of them.
website.
I would go to one of them high end places where like I know for a fact that the like around it would have to be around men who do not have very much access to black women and don't know any black women but have this like black woman fetish.
Hmm.
It would have to be them, and they'd have to be very wealthy men.
To a
Or
brothel.
I'm not saying it would be something where I didn't have to ideally have to like sleep with them. So
Hmm.
like just entertain them.
Got it.
Or
Hmm.
a strip club will always get you there. You know what I'm saying? That's strictly because of the time.
The visual.
The time. Oh no, not me. I'm just saying I don't don't. I'm not saying I am that kind of girly because I'm not.
Hmm.
Anybody who knows me knows I'm not that kind of girl. I'm just saying, if all things constant and we're taking Courtney out of it, quick
What is
money.
it? Question did
Legitimate way of doing. Well, that's not necessarily illegitimate, but if I had, this is just difficult because I mean, yes, I'd like to do it through working. Like, if I got a bomb, like, job on a set that was paying $10,000, hey, I'm going to do that. Or a modeling job. Why didn't I think? Wait, hold on. Why didn't I just say a modeling job? Why did I go straight to the old men?
That's what I'm saying, girl.
Wait, okay,
What is going on in the depths of your brain?
I'm thinking this had to be like illicit. I don't know why my
No,
mind
it
went
doesn't
straight to
have to
illicit.
be. It don't got to be.
Okay, well, a modeling job. I would do a modeling job or a filmmaking job because
But you don't know if they're
rack
gonna
up that
pay
kind of
that.
money.
I was gonna say you don't know if they're gonna pay that either, though. So
Depending on what level you're at, you can rack up that much money.
yeah, but we're talking about who you are today.
And well, that's why I said what I said in the first one, because who I am today, who I am today, doesn't have that kind of pool right now. Okay,
Yeah.
but if I had that kind of pool, yes, I'd just go do a modeling job or do a photography job or something.
Okay. All right.
Ideally,
Okay. Let's
that's
see
what I
what
would
I would.
like to do, but
Fair enough. I don't know what I would do to make 10,000 in 2 weeks. Like, what is going to make you that much money? I probably would do try to do something like investing or something like quick, like day investing, day trade, that kind of thing. I don't know if that will yield $10,000, but obviously you gotta have money to put in that to do into. Gotta have money to put into that too. But I would try day trading. That'd be my first to go to.
Day trading?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that illegal?
Day trading?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm.
No.
There are certain sorts of trading that are illegal, isn't it? Like forex,
Yeah.
certain like
I don't know what that is, but
or foreign exchange. Like there's certain ones that it's like you can basically manipulate the exchange rates to give yourself like more money when you.
that's like that. Now that's illegal. Yeah. That's
I
like when
forget what
you're
that's
basically
called.
that's insider trading.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
What it's called.
Yeah, no, day trading is not day trading is when you're basically watching the market and knowing when to put in and pull out kind of thing. Now, if you're insider trading, when you are privy to certain knowledge um, on what's going to happen with the market, then that's insider trading. But yeah, but day trading itself is not illegal, from my understanding. So,
I'm like really upset that my mind went straight to
baby,
old
scandalism.
men, scandaling, or like
Wow.
exploiting old men for money.
We see where you at, baby.
Immediately
Doing something strange for a piece of change. That's what you're trying to do.
I like totally art career went out the window.
Baby.
Take the
Not,
old man
not
money.
let me just sell my art. You said you got to go talk to these men. Ooh, child.
Oh Lord.
That is
Well, I didn't
wild.
understand. I didn't know what direction we were taking that question in. So I went for the
Honey,
most
any direction you
scandalous.
want it, but we see where your brain is at.
You went straight
Questionable.
for the exchange rate, and I was like, just extort people.
Mm-mm-mm. That is wild. Watch your bank account.
Watch them. Hey, do what you gotta do. A little lip liner, some mascara, fake lashes.
Well, that is one thing that sells.
A
So.
$20 investment for me. Get a 10 grand return. All right. Anyways, but realistically, I would not be if my career was in a different place. I'd just be like, let me just go do an art project.
That is wild.
Assuming my career is in a different place, I would just go do an art project or crew job or something. Which some of those crew jobs do pay, depending on like what you're doing. Sometimes you can't make that much money in 2 weeks.
Well, hey, if you can, why not? If you can't, I think obviously to maintain your morality,
Yeah.
you might as well. That's the safest route to go. But
Or I could do, you know what I could do? Something like if I did like I wrote something for somebody, like a ghostwriter, um, do that. And they like pay you for that doing that project, you know?
mm-hmm.
Or if, like I said, sell an art project, or I could sell like, well, 10,000 is actually kind of low to sell a script, but you know, that kind of thing. Well, not low, but sell a script or something.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, okay. Moving on. Now that we know what my emergency plan Z is, so this is interesting. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the Jonathan Majors thing, but he was on a crusade. Like, I need someone to be my Coretta. She need to hold me down like a Coretta. Ooh. But
Why you
Bernie's
keep bringing a
king,
lady into this? That's
no,
what I
for
want to know.
real,
Like, let Miss Coretta live in peace.
for
Well, rest in
for
peace,
real.
and just leave her out of it, please,
Seriously,
Jonathan.
no, for real. Like, and then, but what I thought was really great is Bernie's king, who is Dr. King's one of his living daughters. Um, she said, put some respect on my mom's name. My mother wasn't a prop. She was a peace advocate before she met
Right?
my father and was instrumental in him
I'm gonna say she was that
speaking
lady
out against the
before and
Vietnam
after
War.
Martin.
Yeah, she
Don't
was
do
like,
that.
do not use my mother's name as like, you need to sit down, be quiet, and accept my BS. Basically, my mother was instrumental and active in a fight for justice. So when you're using the word correct, be my Coretta, you're using it very wrong because that wasn't my mother. And I was like, yes, ma'am, Miss Bernice King, let him know, because he's sitting there. And I hate, and this is what bothers me. Martin Luther King was all about, fighting injustice and, getting rid of abuses of these systems. Jonathan Majors is trying to get himself off of being an abuser. Two different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna
And
use
Martin
Coretta,
was. I'm about to say, if you think that's Coretta, then you and Martin.
right?
Mm,
For real,
it's not matching.
it's really not. And it's like, Martin Luther King was assassinated for fighting for justice, and he had a checkered past. He like there's things issues too there, right? Not saying that there wasn't, but he made an identifiable stand for something. You trying to get off on an abuse charge? Okay. Martin Luther King, I'm gonna be honest with you. Martin Luther King fought so that your ass could basically sit in a courtroom and not just be
Comparing
automatically
apples and
lynched.
oranges, apples and oranges. The
Yeah, I'm
two
like,
are
Martin
not
Luther
equal.
King came up in a time where black men, for even dealing with white women, would be lynched, killed, murdered, right? You sit in a courtroom telling a white woman to be your Coretta when this man has fought an entire system so that you can even have an interracial relationship.
Mm-mm-mm.
And I'm not saying that those two have to be like connected, but like one was like sort of fighting for something. You're fighting to get off. Those are two different things, you know.
He want Coretta.
Like, you know. And he
Beats me.
and if it wasn't for Dr. King fighting for something like social justice, like back in the day, a Jonathan Majors with a white woman would have had his behind murdered. Like that was real. So I just, especially hitting one, potentially hitting one, or he was convicted, so I guess hitting one, like it just wouldn't have gone over well. And then to say you need a Coretta, like Coretta was sitting back and just, like letting Martin Luther King hit her or something. Like, Jonathan, take your time and go on, sir, please. Expunge that from the court record. You don't want that on there. Like, what? Yeah, no. And then I'm not gonna hold you, Megan Good, sis. This does not, in the court of public opinion, this does not look good.
I try not to even talk about it, honestly, because it's like, Jonathan, please stop bringing Coretta in this. And Megan, are you okay?
Yeah, for real.
That's
Blink
all I
points if
can
you need help,
say. Like,
sis.
that's all I can say. Megan, are you okay, babes? I know you just got out of your little divorce, but or I don't know, pending, I guess. I don't know. Are you okay, babes?
Real.
This is giving very off brand, but okay.
Yeah.
Blink twice, Megs. We got
Blink
you,
twice.
girlie.
Blink
That's all I can say.
twice.
Jonathan, I don't know. I don't know what to
He
tell
does
you,
not get a
Jonathan.
lost
Stop
cause.
comparing yourself to Martin Luther King because you are not that. That may be the first step, but hey,
Yeah.
who am I? Who am I? And I don't. And let me not say that. Just maybe not date for a while, Jonathan. Maybe
I feel
do
like he
some
needs
work for
therapy,
some.
not a girlfriend. He doesn't need
I
need
agree.
somebody to hold him down. He needs therapy.
Yeah, I agree. He needs. I think he just needs some real work to be done on self.
And he also has he has this idea that women should just be in the background and not, and which is probably part of the reason why if
That's why
you're
he's a little
having these
Coretta.
issues. Yeah, you think a woman should be, quote, in a woman's place, which is actually feeds into the mentality that would make you raise up and hit someone or have violent relationships with somebody in the first place, is if you don't see them as a full participating partner in the relationship.
Didn't he do like a recent interview or something too?
Yeah.
Mm,
He's just giving real misogynist tease, like real.
baby, like I said, Jonathan, both of y'all blink twice because it's giving very much concern.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's see. What else did I find? I found another question. So I found mostly questions. Okay, this is what would you do, right? So, a woman posted on here saying that her 10-year-old daughter stole her credit card and racked up an $8,000 tab at Sephora. What can she do? Sue Sephora, help her. What are you doing?
Why are you 8 years old with a credit card?
She
That's number
stole it.
one.
She stole her mom. She's 10 years old and stole her mom's credit card. Racked up $8,000 worth of stuff from Sephora. What are you buying?
I'm like, you bought the whole damn Sephora.
I'm telling you,
$8,000.
like, do we have a storefront now? Like,
For real, I'm like,
I'm
you wiped
confused.
out. You went to everybody and got.
First of all, how do you even know I had that much money on my card?
This Sephora, how much merchandise do you think Sephora carries in store at any point in time?
I don't know.
Probably more
I
than
mean, it's
8,000,
probably
but
8,000. Yeah, more than 8,000. Because some of that stuff is expensive. You get 8 of those.
right?
Yeah, pricey. But I'm seriously like wondering, what were you buying?
Well, I would say the average item, even luxury item in Sephora, costs what, $50 for one single
Probably
item.
$50. But okay, 50.
So,
Okay, $8,000. If everything is about $50,
exactly. So
how many
1,000.
items were you buying?
That's why. Even do a full glam.
I'm telling you, like, baby, you need foundation, a little primer, okay, eyeshadow,
Right.
maybe a little mascara if you're into that, maybe a little eyeliners, eyeshadow,
Lashes.
maybe a couple of brushes. Okay, you
Let's
said
see.
lashes, lip gloss, or lipstick.
Lip gloss, lip liner. I mean, that might get you 300.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're not even at
You're not even at 1,000.
8 grand. I'm just like,
Girl,
what were you
girl,
doing?
she bought the whole drunk elephant section. Like,
Honey.
what?
Honey, she bought the
Girlie,
drunk
she must have bought the
elephant, the Tom
skincare.
Ford, everything that was expensive must be. What's the most expensive item? She bought 10 of those.
For real.
That's ridiculous. Oh, when I tell you, I would be livid.
Oh, yeah.
Me and baby, she might have to go live at one of the DSS places for a little bit.
Just get out of my life for a little while.
Honey, I need a break, and I need it now because
But
my
how does she know to go
ability.
specifically to Sephora? That's what I would know,
That's
because
what
that's such a specific
Yep. How does she
place
know to
to
go to
go for.
Sephora,
Like,
first of all? And another thing too is like, how does she know what to buy at 10? Like, did I know it? Did I know
I
makeup
didn't
at
know
that
really
age?
anything about Sephora at the time. I mean, I knew it was a makeup store
Yeah.
probably, but it definitely seemed like grown woman. You got to be at least 18 to 20 to even begin to
Because you
think
don't
about
even know
going
what
in
you're
there.
buying. Yeah. Like you at 10-year-olds, we were still in
We were still in
elementary
elementary
school.
school.
So like, mm-mm. And then another thing too is, was this in person? Did this child go to the store? Or did she do it online? That's another question too.
Oh, yeah, I was
Because
going to say,
how
because
she
in
knew.
store, it would have been, I can imagine as a cashier, if an 8-year-old came up to me and was using a credit card, I would be like,
Facts. I would be concerned.
where's your
Or
mom?
where's your ID or something? Just don't
Yeah,
even
because
like.
maybe a debit card, or not even a debit card really, but maybe, kids will come up with cash. They'll come up with like $5, $10 or
Yeah.
whatever to
Or
get their little
sometimes their
thing.
parents will just give them a card, but like if they she come up there with 160 items for $8,000, I'm gonna be like, oh, where's your mom?
And be like, how
Where's
old are
your
you?
mom? No, for
For
real.
real.
Where's your mother?
That would raise.
Honey.
I'm
Oh,
assuming she just went online and did it, cause
yeah, maybe because the only way that could clear
then how
in
does she
my
know the
brain.
pin? I don't
That
know.
too. Like that's what I'm saying. This 10-year-old is
Really, really
maybe
advanced.
genius.
She probably
Like,
was watching. I mean, she might have been watching her mom,
thanks.
purchase things online, but I
Oh
didn't even know what
man,
my
bless
mom's
his
credit
mama
card
heart.
was. I
That's
didn't
what
know
I'm
which
saying.
one.
I
I
didn't,
didn't know which one
honey.
she was using or wasn't using. So I
Exactly.
did.
I ain't, honey. Go in that wallet if you want to. Get your hands tore up.
For real. I don't
Go
think mom
ahead.
let us really even touch like her cards and stuff. Like we knew she
Yeah.
used cards to pay for things, but I wouldn't have known which one was the credit card
Oh,
or
at
which one
all.
was the debit card or how much was on it.
Facts. No, I would have. I wouldn't even know how to like. I think when we first learned or we first got our own debit cards, that's when we learned how to use it. But before that, it was like
Yeah.
mom would be like, "Let us swipe it if we want to," but she would always enter her own like pin and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
mm.
And, when we first got our first little debit card, that's when things first started switching over to electronics. So we had apps to like track all of our deposits and stuff. Because I've never used, I mean, from the time I've had my first debit card, I've always used an app to track my
Fact.
stuff. I've never not used an app, actually.
Yeah.
But it used to
I
be
wonder if
really
this is
just
actually true or
statements.
not. I do wonder, like, is this actually true or did someone just make this up?
I don't know, but
Because the thing is, the mom could easily just return the stuff, hopefully. So.
oh yeah, she could. But I'm like, damn, you got a high ass credit card balance because she can just spend $8,000 and not get declined.
Facts. That's funny, baby. Good luck trying to get it to go.
Right. Hopefully she got refundable things and didn't have to she got like non-refundable things,
Facts. Yeah. Bless the heart. If it's real, bless your heart. If it's not real, that's not funny. Okay, what's your next one?
Let me look. Yeah, I'd be so pissed. I'd be like, don't look at a Sephora again.
Don't look at me.
Do not.
No more phone. No more nothing. Count that goodbye.
You got to go. Look, I'm scrolling. Let's not do Boosie.
Just to add on the Jonathan Major thing, he said his comment about Coretta Scott King came from a place of utmost respect. My intention was to convey my utmost respect for Coretta Scott King, her achievements in both her personal legacy and the one she shared with her husband, Dr. Martin Luther King.
Okay, but you used it wrong, buddy. You used it very wrong.
Yeah, you need a Megan. What you're saying is you need a Coretta in your abuse case.
Exactly. I'm like, you can't say like I have the utmost respect for someone and then use it as a way to describe somebody supporting you and you're wrong.
Right?
Like that's not respecting like
exactly at all. Or her achievements. That was for a selfish purpose, Mr. Sir, but hey, who am I?
Seriously. Yeah, it's like honestly he should just retract that statement and say nothing. I don't think he should have tried to qualify it because you just qualified it and made it worse. Oh well. I'm trying to see. Some of the stuff is just kind of. Some of the stuff is kind of old.
Facts, yeah. Okay, I have some more questions I can ask that are from ShadeRoom. Okay, so there was a image of someone's ice cream that they make. They do vanilla ice cream.
Oh, I saw that. I was like, oh no.
Extra virgin olive oil plus salt equals God tier combination. And that's vanilla ice cream, extra virgin olive oil, and salt.
I've never in my life thought to put olive oil on ice cream.
That is disgusting. Olive oil is not a good taste.
1 second.
Olive oil doesn't even taste good.
Now, if they're hitting on something and it really does taste good, I'm willing to entertain the thought.
I need more proof.
Yeah, I need more proof because thinking about how those two things taste together does not sit well in my mind. Olive oil has his own distinct taste.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, it says some people are saying like it's like a cultural thing, like an Italian thing, and some people are saying that you have to expand your palate. Olive oil has a taste.
It does have a taste,
It
but I'm
has a
saying I
taste, but
don't
it's
want it with
not
ice
good.
cream.
It's
It's,
not good.
it's not with ice cream.
Mm.
Like, I like olive oil, and I love olive oil. I cook it, everything in olive oil.
Someone said the bathroom would sound like Nick Cannon.
Stop.
That is gold. Oh
They
my
said Nick Cannon's what?
god. Okay, hold on. Let me find it again. It said the bathroom would sound like Nick Cannon drumline. We know that he does like that to his part. That is gold. That is wow.
Whoa, the internet will definitely come up
With some
with some
craziness.
crazy stuff. I mean, well, you know, wow, I don't even know if I can I finish that up? Can I continue with this conversation? Because I don't know, maybe that just sums it up.
Yeah, pretty much. That one's a dunner. But yeah, no, I would not. I don't think I'll be trying that. That looks like a pass for me. Would you try it?
No, that's not for me. I don't think. I just
Yeah.
can't imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. That seems odd. Okay, and
Okay.
then another one that's not from the shade room, but I thought this question was pretty interesting. It says scientists say that fighting with your siblings can increase social skills and development. What do you think on that?
I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think obviously if you have a sibling relationship, where you can reconcile and you can learn how to agree but disagree and effectively argue,
Mm-hmm.
um, and basically effectively fight and conflict resolution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see that could be a really good, daily, way of, because siblings, you're together all the time, so you have to navigate life together in
Mm-hmm.
some ways. So it can help with your conflict resolution on a day-to-day basis. I can see that.
Hmm.
Now, I think if you just have like a deep fracture in your relationship with your siblings, as some people do, due to different things that come up, um, I could see that being if it's not handled well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think more it's like conflict resolution is really what it's like teaching you, right?
Yeah.
And that's a huge part of social interacting with people socially. So you get, obviously I said the conflict resolution, and it also teaches you too that like you can how to communicate and when you don't agree with somebody or when they disagree with you. And so that's a valuable tool is like you can respectfully do those things, not be and you have the safety of doing that at home and practicing that at home with said sibling who you hopefully can continue a relationship with regardless of the fact. So I think that's actually probably true. Like I definitely, obviously it was just me and you growing up, so my social skills were truly based out of this relationship, to be fair.
Hmm.
um but I would say like having those arguments and things like that has taught me uh what I do and do not want out of said relationship and how I want to navigate those things. Obviously, I think the most benefit has come from being an adult and like doing extra work to learn about communication. But I definitely think having that base form of communication and social skills and agreeing to disagree kind of thing has helped, and now I'm like fine tuning those things.
Yeah. I mean, I would like we've said on our podcast multiple times before, like one of the first relationships we were ever in was with each other as sisters, if not the first relationship
Yeah,
we
that
were
I
ever
mean
in.
that's the first for sure.
Yeah, the first relationship, even outside of our parents, because we were in the womb together. So there was a symbiotic relationship when we were in mom's stomach. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. um, so and there was like even communication on some level. Then no verbal communication, but communication. So I mean, it's been so, as I feel like as I like evolve and try to heal myself as an adult and like progress, it's the relationship I have with my sibling Catelyn has been one that I look to be like an example of how to continue to move forward in the world. You know what I mean? Like resolving conflict with Caitlin has also been how I like look at resolving conflict with other people who aren't my twin sister. Or how to build bonds. Like I think a lot of times I assess my the strength of my relationship with other people like based off of like how would that work in a dynamic with Caitlin and I, and if it would not flow smoothly in our relationship, I tend to be like, is this a cause for concern?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Okay.
just a little bit. You know, and which maybe I don't need to like judge everybody about that because I just won't have the same relationship with them. But I think I use our sibling relationship as the blueprint for a lot of how to conduct other relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I can see that.
So, yeah. What about you? Did you answer that question?
Yeah, I did. I definitely think that's like a thing. I think that because those are your like very first formative relationships, that I can see how that shapes you in social environments. So
Yeah, for sure. I mean, well, it's the first time you interact with people like close to your age range that isn't a like parent-child dynamic. So I
yeah,
could see that being, really, really beneficial.
very true.
You know. All right, let me see what I can find on the shade room. Should we do Rashida? I don't know. Put it on him, make him wanna marry me. Hey, put it on him. I put it on him. I put it on him. Okay, I keep seeing him pop up. You know my feelings about this person. Christian Keys. Yeah. He recently revealed that he was harassed by a powerful man in Hollywood. We're not gonna make any assumptions there.
Courtney has some.
I'm not gonna make any assumptions.
Conveniently. Trust me, I already know about him, folks.
But this one really hurts my heart. It really,
You're biased. That's why.
really, really hurts my heart.
You're biased.
And I mean, it's no secret. I have always really, I've always really liked Christian. I've always just really, he just seems like a great person to me. So, it hurt my heart that he experienced that kind of harassment. But I do think it brings up a big issue, which is that these things also happen to men. And a lot of times men get shamed for speaking up or for, even, not, I don't say not, well, really not speaking up, but having any kind of disagreement with what we consider harassment, right? Because men are seen as like these like hypersexual, always down for any sort of sexual attention, and that's not the truth. So I'm just glad he spoke up, and I think he reinvigorated a conversation which had kind of died away for a while about men also having Me Too,
Yeah.
And I know it took a lot of guts, whatever you want to say, it took a lot of guts to do that, because like he does not have the same pull as some of the other people in Hollywood. And people, the first thing people want to say was, well, you're an attractive man, you're like a pretty boy, right? So you should just basically suck it up and like not say anything, or like just deal with it, right? Like, you knew it comes with the territory when you're, quote, a good looking person. But good-looking people are also people and deserve respect regardless, right?
Only
So,
good looking people.
well, I mean, I'm just saying people like to pass it off as like, oh, if you're good looking, you should just expect harassment or whatever, and or you should just put up with it because you're good looking. And it's like they played genetic roulette just like anybody who might be less good looking, okay? Because they didn't have to be good looking.
Fair.
So do they deserve to be treated, harassed just because they are quote, closer to being conventionally attractive? No, you know. Um, just like someone who might not be as close to being conventionally attractive doesn't deserve to be harassed either.
True,
But I think
true,
we
true.
tend to think, oh, if you're a good looking person, then you should just expect it because you're good looking. It's just the price of being good looking or something. Like they signed up to be good looking.
Well,
That's all
I
I'm
don't know.
saying.
I hope that he can get the help that he needs and come to peace. So,
Agreed. I want to know how it plays out because I want to know if it's going to be a legal thing or not.
it's a good question. I'm
Yeah,
sure
I'm
they'll
just
keep us
glad
updated, the Shade Room,
yeah, I'm just glad he spoke out for men and other, because I feel like a lot of men are just, if they have experiences, they're like shamed into not saying it.
Facts.
Especially when it's like another man is the person who's perpetrating, because it's like, oh, you're gonna let another man like punk you, basically like treat you basically like they treat women.
Yeah.
And it's like it makes it seem like, oh, you're a weak man or whatever, when it's like that's actually not how the power dynamic breaks down. When people harassed or harassing for a lot of times out of opportunity, but also like it's their own like effed up idea about that relationship, It's not necessarily you inviting them. So, and that just opens up another conversation. We have a lot of growing to do culturally about what harassment looks like, what the victimhood looks like, and perpetrators look like, and how those situations, play out. Because I think we don't always speak from an educated place when we're talking about these things, I think.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Wishing him the best, though.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, God.
Okay,
Okay,
next.
so I got another one, and this is not from Shade Room either, but nearly half of the U.S. companies plan to drop the bachelor's degree requirement for jobs in 2024. What do we think about that?
Well, as a card-carrying bachelor degree person, pisses me off just a little bit. Just a little bit. Only because
It says for
so you're
certain job
telling me
criteria, though it's not all, I guess.
so you're telling me I went to school for 4 years, did every type of essay imaginable, walked across the stage, got into a pretty good amount of debt, and just for you to be like,
Nope, not anymore. Not
no,
needed.
I don't need it.
Yeah, like, are we going to be paying off student loans then?
Yeah.
Like,
Like, are we,
I'm just curious.
and I get from a more like social justice type space of like, okay, everybody doesn't have access and resources to go to college, and it has
Sure.
been historically one way of keeping people out of positions. Cool, understand that.
Fair enough.
But when you've worked your behind off, you beat the odds. Just make it a little like, oh, so now we want a white knight and cash in our coins with Mother Teresa. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like we couldn't have done this 20 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. So that at least I could have moved a little bit differently.
Facts.
I don't
Not
know.
gone.
Right? So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd be interested in seeing which jobs actually drop the requirement, which ones don't.
Yeah, there's some jobs I think do require a higher level of education. So there's some jobs that I've had I doubt that they would require anything less than a bachelor's degree, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the jobs I apply for, granted now we want to caveat Catelyn does more like I don't want to say scientific, but like more STEM type stuff, right?
You think so?
Well, you're
It's
in
like
the medical
medicine. It's like
field.
medical.
more medical type stuff.
Yeah, okay, so that requires a level of education.
That
Now,
they're doing heavy background type checks and stuff.
yeah.
I'm applying usually for things that are more humanities based or art based, where they're weighing experience much more than they are that degree anyways.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've halfway already been kind of used to like the degree being there kind of don't matter. That makes sense.
Facts. Fair enough.
So
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
or like writing jobs and stuff, they really want to see more experience.
Like I said, I think it will depend on the job itself, but I mean, I
Or
guess
like
we
within
shall
the
see.
field.
Yeah, the field. Yeah, maybe even the field. I think it's going to be a job by job basis, like depending on what they're looking for.
Yeah.
But I do wish I was privy to this knowledge. So.
Well, it's sort of like we got the bad end of it because we kind of just graduated 5 years ago.
Well, mine was 4 years ago. I graduated in 2020.
Okay, I graduated 5 years ago.
So, yeah.
Which I still question every day if this shit was even worth it. No offense. Okay, go Deeks. But
What are they called?
Deacons. Demon
I wonder
Deacons.
how did we get there? Because we're Buccaneers, so.
Girl, I don't even know. We both got weird school mascots.
Yeah, very peculiar.
I always thought humans' mascots were weird, but anyway.
Yeah, same. Like, isn't it supposed to be an animal? But
yeah, that's what I think.
I don't know.
But then the animals be weird too, because people be like,
why are we
there's
wild
like
cats?
tortoises and stuff. Like what?
No, for real. Why are we the cats? Like, okay.
I don't know.
I want to be
But
like a
anyway,
Wolverine or something.
I'm still trying to figure out if a bachelor's degree was worth it. I'm really, really still trying to figure it out. Besides me having
I don't
this,
know. I've gotten to certain places with my degrees, so I think for me it has been.
Yeah,
it has yielded some things.
It could be career choice. I'm open to that idea.
Yeah,
I think that's probably part of it. But the most use that has given me is like, so much of the stuff I pursue is like self-driven anyways. It's like basically entrepreneurial. So I mean, it's provided this like background of knowledge for when I like sit down to write or when I sit down to create things or whatever. It's provided a really rich background, and I have things I know I can pull from and resources, and I know how to go get this information, and I know how to do these things. But as far as the check on the dotted line is concerned, that's like I'm having to make that up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like finesse, I don't say just finesse, but like that was what they don't teach you, and that would have been an incredibly useful skill to learn.
True. Yeah, I do wish there was a little bit more like practical life-based things, but yeah, here we are.
Yeah,
here we are.
So I mean, I'm not upset about it because I do think it creates a little more equity for people who might not have it, but for those who do have it and have been kind of, at least in my instance, been like trying to define your own path with it, your own relationship with it. I don't know if it's worth. I don't know. I mean, people keep saying in 10 years you'll be so happy you did, and I'm like, it's 5 years. At the halfway mark, I'm supposed to be feeling something by now. I'm not feeling anything. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard out here. Life is no joke.
Life is life.
Children stay at home as long as you can. Seriously.
Now, I did notice one thing when I was thinking about teaching. I was like, all you need is a bachelor's basically to teach and the certification. So like on that level, it is kind of like if I was going into teaching, yes, it would be like a hand-to-hand kind of like I did this, so therefore I'm qualified for XYZ. So that, yes, I can see that.
Yeah, no, a lot of the jobs I would apply for, they require the same thing. So that's why I'm like, I guess it was worth it. Now they didn't require, then I would be a little sad. Yes.
Yeah.
a lot of sad.
I would say, like I said, the position, the fields that you're like entering into are those more STEM-esque fields. Like I said, I'm applying for the most part. I'm doing more like freelance, like things that are just really based off of experience. Like if you've previously done this type of job, this type of work, which I will say, for anybody looking into going into freelance work or anything, it's hard to, like, the biggest step is just getting that first, like, experience. You know what I'm saying? So then you can then try to transfer that into other things. It's hard
Okay.
when you just have that degree because people don't want to take a chance on somebody who's not experienced. So in that case, it makes it like, do I just rely on this experience or do I get a degree?
True. I mean, I don't know, because I think it can be difficult to even get the experience when you don't
Have the degree.
when you don't have the degree too in certain spaces. So it's very I think that it may not be required, but I wonder how much, like, is that going to convert into people actually getting the job without it. I wonder how that's going to work, because I think that also would mean they need to, I personally, I feel like this is a ploy to pay people less. But
I think I can see that being a thing too. I can see that being a thing too. Because they try to, like, a lot of businesses try to be like, well, we'll pay based off of education, or we pay based on blah, 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 whatever, right? So I could see that for sure. But then people try to do that with experience as well.
Yes.
Like, if you don't have enough, quote, experience, then we're not going to pay you X, Y, Z, right? So I don't know. It just feels like another way of, like, moving the finish line.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's like lowering the bar,
So, well, do you have anything else? Because I kind of...
Yeah, I don't have anything else. Honestly, the Shade Room can be the Wild West, but it's a little dry today, so we don't have much to offer from the Shade Room today. But we do appreciate you guys for tuning in and listening. If you want to answer any of the questions we answered in the episode, feel free to give us a comment in the description in the box below for YouTube, and then you can just leave a comment on, I believe, Anchor. I don't know about the other sites, but yeah, if you want to share with us your take on these, go ahead and do that. And we appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.
Yes. Thanks for listening. And if you have any comments on what we said, or any comments on the Shade Room, just in general, feel free to leave them. We'd love to read them.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.